Next, we will have a welcome from the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Ronald E. Bolandi. Let's receive him as he comes.
Good morning, and thank you. I'm humbled to be here today and to be asked to speak. And as I drove down here, I thought we have a couple of things to do in the beginning, to thank the Frontier Club for this wonderful event, thanking them for honoring our students today. But I thought to myself as I came down here, I think I'm going to change my speech around. I'm the educator in the community, and I want to pass on to you what I think Dr. King would want me to do. Dr. King, I grew up in the 60s. I went to college in the 60s. I grew up in that very difficult time. And it was difficult, and now I see it again. So I'm glad today's program is Injustice Anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Because when I grew up in the 60s, that's the way it was, and I see it again. And I'm happy today that all the speakers will be talking about that. But let me focus on the educational piece of Plainfield today. And let me talk about another part of Martin Luther King's speech in Birmingham and what he wrote from a jail cell in April of 1963. We in Plainfield live today in 2019. Regrettably, I say that our school system is not doing well. I had a meeting with the students last week, and I want to pass this on to you because this is an opportunity for me to rally the adults of this community. Because without you, and without you pressing for the best education for our students, like Dr. Martin Luther King did in 1963 and beyond, we will fail them. I had a meeting last week with the students, and one of the students said to me, who had taken all the honors classes and AP classes and really wanted to pursue possibly an Ivy League education, he was excited to take the SATs. And he went into the exam pumped up. He was going to do really well. And he left the exam, and he thought to himself, I didn't do well. I didn't know a lot of the things that were on this test, and I thought I was prepared. But people around me from other school districts all knew those things. And he didn't do well in the SAT when he got the final score back. What's the moral to that story? 70% of the students that enter Plainfield High School read below grade level. Unacceptable to me as an educator. When the Board of Education asked me to come out of retirement to help Plainfield, and I only have a 2-year window because that's the law, I need to put things in place for those students who are failing every single day in this community. Dr. King would not accept that. His greatest platform was education. The most powerful weapon we can give our students is an education. Many of you have it. Many of the people in this community who look like the students of this community have that education. It was a powerful weapon for them. Why are we not giving that weapon to 75% of our students? So I challenge you today, as members of this community, to help me, help those students who do not have a voice. And Dr. King would want those students to have a voice. In that speech, if you read it and you go through towards the end of it, he says, black folks for years have been told to wait. Our students have been told to wait. For 15 years, they've been told to wait. And nothing has gotten better. And he said, wait means never. And he also said, justice too long delayed is justice denied. It's in that speech. And that's what's happening in our community to our students. The justice is their education. And what's being denied is the power of that education. Because education is what gets you out of poverty. I came from poverty. I came from a single mom working in the theaters of New York City as an usher, minimum wage with no father. And what got me out of that particular situation was Dr. Martin Luther King, civil rights movement, because it opened up colleges for me, and I got a degree, and I became successful. Why are we denying our kids that success? So today, on this great day of the greatest civil rights leader that ever lived, please help me help our students not be denied the justice. Don't delay it for them. So when we walk out of here today after these great day of breaking bread and speeches, remember one thing. We're still sitting in a school system, in an auditorium of Plainfield High School, where kids are not succeeding. And the only way they'll succeed is with an education. So please help me help them and rally around the Board of Education, the mayor, and this community, because that's what will make this community the best it can be. When I can get up here and say that 100% of our kids went to college. So thank you, God bless you, and enjoy the day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bolandi. We certainly second that emotion.